That's gonna make your job a little more difficult.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll figure it out as we go. To go here in our East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags. Round number 1 to kick things off, and out there our first 2 competitors. John Fielding in the Chevy Monte Carlo matching up against Corey Perry. Down into turn 3 and 4. Fielding leading Perry off of 4. Across the stripe, a head of steam for Perry, but not enough. John Fielding gonna move on. That is gonna bring up Rob Gingras and the Audi S4 2013. That's Brandon Girard. They're at the stripe. They are set to go. Girard, a little bit of a late start, jumps it, hits turn 1 and 2. Girard. 3 and 4, does he have enough time? We shall see. Gingras gonna spin it. Girard off 4. Checkered flag. Brandon Girard gonna move on. That is going to bring out our 2024 Charlie D'Omello matching up against Franz Weidinger.
You know what I love about the Spectator Drags is you see a lot of different kinds of cars that come out. A lot of Chevys, a couple of Fords, and we're seeing more and more of the imports. Hyundais, Toyotas, Lexuses, Mitsubishis, and a Ford Trucks.
Absolutely. Here we go. Down into 1 and 2. Weidinger. Trying to battle back into 3 and 4. Carlito Mello. Oh, Franz Weidinger going to spin it. He's going to get into the grass. That's going to let Carlito Mello slip by and move on.
Oh, and he had him too.
Yes, he did. Sometimes it's just luck. And right there, Carlito Mello found a little bit of luck in turn number 4.
You know, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Absolutely. That will bring up Nathan Williams going to match up here.
How do you spell that?
Subaru WRX?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Gonna match up here with Jarrett Smith from Boontown, New Jersey in his 1990 Chevy Corvette. 1990, good year. They are off, down into 1. Give the advantage to the Subaru. Here comes Jarrett Smith battling back on the outside. Williams, nose to nose here in 3 and 4. Who's it going to be at the stripe? Checkered flag waves. Oh, photo finish.
That happens.
Well, that was too close to call.
Yes,
you know what that means?
We're going to bring him back.
We're going to bring him back.
Why not?
After the, what are they going to do them around? Or are they going to do wait till the Camaros are done?
We're going to see as...
No, we're not going to let them all fall go.
No, no.
Where you going? Come on back. That's it.
Steve Bowden directing traffic down at the stripe.
Go back around, boys and girls. Now, the thing is, they got to switch lanes now.
Right.
So it's going to be the Subaru on the outside, the Corvette on the inside. Yeah, that's it, Stephen. Phone switch.
Full switcheroo. So, Nathan Williams will have the high line here in the Subaru WRX. Jarrett Smith from Boontown, New Jersey, gonna go take the low line for a rematch here. A photo finish there. First time around.
Don't see too many of those.
No, we do not. Here we go, down into 1, take 2. The advantage right now goes to Williams. Does Smith have anything for him? Ahead of steam into 3 and 4. Another one. Close, close, close. Checkered flag is out. Corvette definitely by a nose. Wow. How about that? All right, that's going to bring up Matt DeRoges, who took home our last East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag just a couple of weeks back here at Seekonk Speedway, matching up against Liam Monahan, who collected a win earlier this season. They are out there. They are set. Green flag, down into one. Liam Monahan looking to try to go back-to-back today. On two, down the back stretch. Matt DeRoges, my correction, looking to go back-to-back. Here comes Monahan. Monahan's going to get a little loose in four. Across the stripe, another one. Wow.
The call was Matt DeRoges taking down the win. Wow.
We are already getting our money's worth here in our East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags. That is going to bring up the Hyundai Sonata. Wilmar Saliba from Fall River matching up against the 1985 Camaro Z28. Gary DaCosta from Somerset. Green flag out. Here they go. Down into one. DaCosta cruising. Taking a nice Sunday drive down into 3 and 4.
Yeah, you ain't got to push it that much. Gets a Hyundai.
Off of 4. Checkered flag waves. Gary DaCosta. Gonna move on.
Hyundai's nice and quiet, though.
Yes, it is. That was a nice, casual Sunday afternoon drive for them here on the 3rd mile at Seekonk Speedway.
You know, we goof on some of these cars, but you know what? The bottom line is they're out there having some fun. They're doing something most of us aren't doing. They're out there with their own car. Nope, not that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, go that way.
Here we go. Paul Curtis in his 1964 Chevy Chevelle, matching up against Danielle Henshaw from Rainham, Mass. in her Nissan 350Z, down into one. Give the advantage to the Nissan 350Z. Danielle Henshaw, smooth sailing, off 2, down the backstretch. Here comes Paul Curtis, head of steam in that Chevelle. Does he have enough time? Good run, solid run, right to the back bumper of Henshaw, not enough time.
Waited a little too long to try to start a powered on.
That is going to bring out Josh Oliveira and the Volkswagen, a 2008. And a beautiful Chevy Caprice, 1984, Chris Bailey from Southeastern Mass. Here they go, green flag out, the Passat on the low line, Oliveira down into one. Bailey on the high line, trailing the Passat down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4. Josh Oliveira, that red Volkswagen Passat, off board, collects the checkered flag, moving on. As Bailey takes it for a little spin cycle across the stripe. Next matchup, 1985 Chevy Camaro. That's Jonathan Johnson from Swansea. And Josh Jutras from Warwick, Rhode Island in his 1992 Chevy Camaro. Battle of the Chevys here, Kevin.
You know, I gotta say that RS is a nice shade of green.
That it is. That is a slick looking Camaro. Here we go, at the stripe, Jutras, Johnson. Down into one. Give the advantage to Johnson in the white 1985 heading for turn 4, little loose. He's going to hang on to it. Into off 4, across the stripe. Jonathan Johnson going to move on. Louis Diaz matching up against the 1988 Nissan. That is Craig Winnicky. At the stripe, get the signal. They're off. Diaz going to get a good jump. Down into turn number 1. Through 2. Off 2. Diaz. Leading in his Pontiac. Into 3 and 4. Calm, cool, collective. Off of 4. Checkered flag waves. Louis Diaz going to move on. Here's a brand new pushing up against Walter Wickenbach in the 1984 Chevy Camaro. At the stripe and set. Green is out. Down into turn number 1. Walter Wickenbach jumps out to the advantage. Over the Toyota of Ramanos. Into 3 and 4. Walter Wickenbach. Smooth sailing. Clean and green. Off 4. Checkered flag. That's going to bring up Jeff Daniels from Richmond, Rhode Island. Mitsubishi Lancer. Matching up here against Scott Crosley. Scott Crosley does not have the Subaru today. Old Faithful out there. Green is out. Down into 1. Scott Crosley with the advantage over Jeff Daniels. Not sure he'll have enough time in 3 and 4. Moving on, it's going to be Scott Crosley. Johnny Turbo, Jonathan Stevens from Melrose, Mass. Matching up against Joe Perry. Not of Aerosmith fame. Perry. Aerosmith.
How about Def Leppard?
Def Leppard. Aerosmith. Joe Perry.
Joe Perry and Def Leppard too.
Ah, I learned something new.
Wow, kids.
Green is out. Give the advantage off the stripe to Johnny Turbo in the Subaru. Here comes Perry. Looking, plotting that move. Does he have enough time? Head of steam in 3, not enough time. Off 4, Johnny Turbo. Jonathan Stevens going to move on. And Tom Kazunis from Wakefield, Rhode Island in the 1984 Chevy C10.
And that is one mean S10. Actually, it's C10.
C10.
C10. C?
C. Here we go. Kazunis gets the jump off the stripe, down into 1. Tom Kazunis, 1984 Chevy C10. Smooth sailing, motoring down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Steve Bowden waves the checkered flag off of 4. Tom Kazunis moving on over Jacob Sylvia. Next matchup, Battle of the Chevys once again. David Medeiros, 1982 Chevy Camaro. Sean Fitzgerald, 1985 Chevy Corvette. At the stripe, set to go. Green is out, down into 1. Nose to nose, Battle of the Chevys, give the advantage to Fitzgerald. Off 2, he checks out to the lead over Medeiros. Into 3 and 4, here comes Medeiros with a head of steam. Into 3. Does he have enough time? He's got to run on the high line. Off of 4, across the stripe, give it to Medeiros. Wow! At the stripe, plotted, waited, and boom! Finished right there. All right. BMW. 5, a 2019. This is Paul Ferreira from Somerset, matching up against Raymond Bradley from South Kingstown, Rhode Island, 1992 Chevy Corvette. Here they go. Ferreira with the lead. Off of 4 across the stripe. Here comes Bradley. Not enough time. Oh, the BMW, Paul Ferreira.
I am impressed.
That's going to bring up Gil Bradstreet, 1989 Chevy Camaro, matching up against Michael Smolinski from Cranston, Rhode Island, Chevy IROC, 1989. At the stripe, set to go. Green is out, down into 1. Give the advantage to Bradstreet. Off 2. Gil Bradstreet, smooth sailing. Looks like Smolinski is down.
Smolinski is what he is. Something broke.
Something broke. An issue for Smolinski, and Bradstreet going to move on. Chevy Corvette. This is Andrew Elliott Smith. And how about Jen Bucher and Hot Flash, the Subi, a Subaru Impreza 2008.
She's back.
She's back is right. From Lincoln, Vermont. Green out. Jen Bucher battling with Elliott Smith. Down into 1. Bucher has the advantage. She checks out to the lead. Down the back stretch. Welcome back, and she is smooth sailing in 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves. Jen Bucher going to move on.
Now these spectator drags are a double elimination today. So they still have
Taccio from Weymouth, 1997 Ford Mustang, matching up against Matt Barrows and that 2012 Ford Flex. Down into 1 and 2. Give the advantage to the Mustang over the Flex. Taccio checking out, not so fast. Here comes Barrows battling back up top. Off Ford, down to the stripe, Taccio. Michael Oliveira from Pawtucket, Rhode Island in the Pontiac Firebird, 1989. Chad Oliveira in the Infiniti G37X at 2009 from Fall River, Mass. Green is out. Down into 1. Give the advantage to Oliveira.
Look how much more aerodynamic it is.
Oliveira leading Oliveira. Michael leading Chad. Here they go, off 4, across the stripe. Michael Oliveira over Chad Oliveira. Christine Purse, the Red Dragon, 1978 Chevy Camaro. Matching up against Hannah Garaga from Taunton, Toyota, 1989. Here they go, down into 1. Christine Purse checks out to the lead from Fairhaven, down back stretch. Smooth sailing into 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves, Christine Purse collecting the checkered flag there.
Over the Toyota Cressida. So that ends round 1 of our East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags. go against the losers, the winners go against the winners, and we cut it down for the final round a little bit later on. But before that, we're going to roll out.
Corey Perry can a match up with Rat Rob's Rob Gingras here. Perry in the Pontiac Firebird 1997 bright orange. Rob Gingras in the 1949 Ford F2. Green flag out. Down into one. Give the nose advantage to Perry, but here comes Gingras battling back up top. 4. Give the advantage to Gingras, and he's going to go spinning. Oh, he saves it. Off the stripe, Corey Perry taking home the checkered flag. Nathan Williams. Against Franz Weidinger. 1994 Pontiac Trans Am. At the stripe, set to go. Down into one, give the quick jump and advantage to Nathan Williams in the Subaru WRX. Down that stretch, into turn 3. Williams with the advantage. Off 4 across the stripe, Nate Williams over Franz Weidinger. Oh! Liam Monahan in his 1989 Chevy matching up against Wilmar Saliba from Fall River in his 2011 Hyundai Sonata. At the stripe, Monahan gets a good jump. Down into turn 1. A Sunday cruise for Liam Monahan here. Sonata. Wilbar Saliba. Down into 3 and 4. Checkered flag waves, Liam Monahan cruises. Of course, got to be careful going into 3 and 4 here in our Spectator Drags. Some fluid drop down over there. Be interesting to see how that affects the handling. Paul Curtis makes his way out in his 1964 Chevy Chevelle, matching up against Chris Bailey in the 1984 Chevy Caprice. Some classic cars here. Here we go, green flag in the air, down into turn 1. Curtis has the advantage up top. Here we go, off to Paul Curtis. Chris Bailey into 3 and 4. Paul Curtis takes the low line, comes off 4, checkered flag in the air. Paul Curtis going to move on. Here comes Josh Juke, 1988 Nissan and the 1992 Chevy Camaro. Slick looking green Camaro for Jutras there. Green flag in the air. Down into 1. Give the advantage to Jutras here. Rednecks going to have to battle back. Down off 2 and into 3. Jutras with the advantage. Gingerly walks through turn 3 and 4. Off 4. Across the stripe. Checkered flag. Jutras going to move on. Here comes Azar Romanos from Worcester in his Toyota Camry. Jeff Daniels in the Mitsubishi Lancer 2004 from Richmond, Rhode Island. Green flag in the air, down into turn 1 and 2. Daniels gets a good jump in the Mitsubishi Lancer, off 2, down the backstretch. Daniels leading Romanos into 3 and 4. Jeff Daniels going to see the checkered flag, collect the checkered flag, moving on. ready to roll. Perry takes the high line. Sylvia takes the low line at the stripe, waiting on the green, set to go. Green is out, here they go, down into one. Joe Perry leading Jacob Sylvia. Off two, down the back stretch, into 3 and 4. Joe Perry moving on. Joe Perry, Sean Fitzgerald, Raymond Bradley, the next matchup here.
Pair of Corvettes ready to have at it.
At the stripe, set to go. Green is out. Down into one. Give the advantage to Fitzgerald. Here they go. Down the back stretch. Into 3 and 4. Fitzgerald leads Bradley. Crossover move. Here comes, correction, it was Fitzgerald. Bradley was leading there. Fitzgerald does the crossover move in 4 and takes home the win. Andrew Elliott Smith. Hannah Garaga. That is the matchup. Elliott Smith. 1984 Chevy Corvette. Hannah Garaga down into turn 1 and 2. Give the advantage to Elliott Smith. Not so fast. Here comes Garaga. Down into 3 and 4. Garaga from Taunton takes home the checkered flag, moves on. Here comes Chad Oliveira, G37X in Infinity. Matching up with Matt Merrill. They are at the stripe. They are set to go. Green is out. Down into 1. Will the flex its muscles? Will it be the Infinity? Here we go, off 2, give the advantage to the Infinity. Chad Oliveira, not so fast. The flex battling back, down into turn 3 and 4, off 4. Checkered flag for Chad Oliveira from Fall River in that Infinity. He'll move on. Winners from round 1 start to make their way out to the track. We're going to have Brennan Gerard here and Jared Smith from Boontown, New Jersey. Down into 1, Gerard has the advantage in that Audi, smokes the tires in 1 and 2. Smith down the back stretch into 3 with the lead. Here comes Gerard on the low line, battling back. Off of 4 across the stripe. Jared Smith moving on.
Yeah, you saw what happened to the last Corvette. Got beat by a Cressida. Didn't want that to happen to a Audi.
No. 4, East Coast Towing and Recovery champion Carlito Mello. Taking to the track, matching up against John Fielding. The Chevy Monte Carlo in 1986. Carlito Mello in the Eagle Talon. Down into 1 and 2. Mello gets the jump. Fielding battling back. Here they come. Nose to nose. Door to door. Down the back stretch into turn number 3. Carlito Mello is going to avoid chaos. And Fielding goes around, does some landscaping. Carlito Mello. Checkered flag.
That's the second time he's gotten that bonus today.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good there, and
where have I heard that before?
I don't know. Matt DeRoche DeRoches gonna match up here with the Mustang. Rob Taccio from Weymouth. Matt DeRoches.
Not to be confused with Ralph Macchio.
Correct. Rob Taccio, Ralph Macchio. DeRoches took home the win last Spectator Drags just a couple of weeks ago. Jumps on over Taccio. Taccio smokes the tires over in turn 1. Off of 2 down the backstretch into 3 and 4. DeRoches playing cat and mouse. Here we go. Off 4. DeRoches cruising home. Not sure if Taccio is playing with the brakes there, trying to get the... That's going to bring up Michael Oliveira and Jen Bucher. Hot Flash the Subi, Lincoln, Vermont. That's the matchup. Down into 1. Jen Bucher gets a good jump in the Subi. Into 3 and 4. Right to the back bumper is Oliveira. Not enough time. Jen Bucher moving on.
I should have really taken over that bottom lane. He was not giving him the inside. He was going to go by. He was going to have to do it the hard way.
Matching up. It's another Oliveira. This is Josh Oliveira from Swansea. Volkswagen Passat 2008. Bright red out there on both of these cars. At the stripe, set to go. Green is out. Oliveira gets a quick nose advantage, not so fast. Here comes Christine Purse into turn 1 and 2. Purse with the advantage as they come off 2, down into 3 and 4, not so much. Here we go. Oliveira battles back on the high line. Gets a little loose, gets up high. Not enough time. Christine Purse, the Red Dragon, gonna move on. And Danielle Henshaw. Diaz in the 87 Pontiac Fiero GT. Henshaw in the Nissan 350Z. Green is out. Here they go. Down into 1 and 2. Diaz jumps to the lead. Off of 2 into turn 3. Diaz over Henshaw. Gets up high in the speedy dry. Here we go. Across the stripe. Diaz going to move on. Scott Crosley makes his way back out there. And Jonathan Johnson. Battle of the Chevys here. Green flag is out. Down into 1 and 2. Johnson with the advantage. Off of 2. Into 3 and 4. Johnson over Crosley. Checkered flag waves. Jonathan Johnson moving on. Johnny Turbo, Jonathan Stevens out there matching up against David Medeiros. Johnny Turbo with the Subaru down into 1 and 2, gets a good jump on Medeiros. Medeiros gets back to the middle lane. Into 3 and 4. Stevens blocks the advances of Medeiros. Medeiros goes spinning into the grass. Johnny Turbo moving on. were impressed with the BMW in round number 1. Paul Ferreira from Somerset going to match up here against Tom Kazunas in a Chevy C10. Let's see what that BMW has for the Chevy C10. BMW, bring money with you. Battle of the heavy hitters here. Ferreira, Kazunas. Green flag in the air. Down into 1 and 2. The BMW battling door to door with Kazunas. Nose to nose. Down the back stretch. Into 3 and 4. Contact! Gonna bring it home. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh my God, that is.
Will you look at that?
Wow.
I would think that got a little scratch on the
I think there is just a little bit of scratches on that right front fender.
Think Tom Kazunas is upset about that?
Nah. That's a weathered body on that C10. So, here comes Corey Perry. And Gil Bradstreet here. Give the advantage to Bradstreet in 1 and 2. In the 3 and 4, Perry with a head of steam. On the high line here, not enough time. Gil Bradstreet moving on. So, that is going to be it for round number 2. Monster trucks coming back out onto the track here. As they get everybody lined up and set here in the infield.
And it'll be a one and done. You lose, you're done. You win, you go on till we get to the final 2.
There we go. All right. So, with that, here we go. First matchup. Liam Monahan from Rehoboth in his 1989 Chevy Camaro. And Nathan Williams from Forestdale, Mass. in his Subaru WRX of 2017. Still trying to figure out how to spell WRX. Here we go, they are off, down into turn 1. Williams gets a good jump, Monahan battling back down the bottom here. Goes through the speedy drive. Williams gets the advantage, down into 3 and 4. Here comes Monahan battling back. Does he have enough time through the speedy dry again? Checkered flag, no he does not. Nathan Williams gonna move on.
Good run for Nate,
And that will bring up our next matchup, Paul Curtis, 1964 Chevy Chevelle. Josh Jutras from Warwick, Rhode Island, 1992 Chevy Camaro. Here we go, they are set, they are off at the stripe. Curtis with the advantage on the low line here, goes through the speedy drive. Jutras slows on the Ford is leading in that 64 Chevelle. Paul Curtis comes off 4, sees the checkered flag from Steve Bowden waving, and he will move on. That's going to bring up Jeff Daniels. And Joe Perry here. They are off. Green is in the air. Down into 1 and 2. Give the advantage to Perry. Down the backstretch. Give the advantage to Daniels now. In 3 and 4, he goes high. Off of 4, way up against the wall. He's got it. Just barely.
Nice run on the outside.
Yeah, Daniels there. Yeah. Wow. High and wide, and Jeff Daniels going to move on. Matching up against Hannah Garaga from Taunton, Mass. In the Toyota Cressida in 1989. At the stripe, they are set. Green is in the air. Fitzgerald gets a good jump down the bottom here. Into 1 and 2. Fitzgerald out front. Trying to battle back. Fitzgerald controlling the narrative. Over in 3 and 4. Off of 4. Checkered flag waves. Fitzgerald gonna move on. Here comes the Infiniti G37X, Chad Oliveira, matching up Town, New Jersey, 1990 Chevy Corvette. At the stripe, set to go. Green flag out, down into 1, give the jump and the early advantage to Jared Smith, but as you can see, try over in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but not slowing Jared Smith down. Off 4, checkered flag waves, Jared Smith gonna move on.
They went a little tender into turns 1 and 2 to try to squeeze by the speedy drive.
Continuing on, interesting just to see how these drivers are navigating all the speedy drive, but they have handled it pretty well. Carlito lines up, and actually it's going to be Matt DeRoches here. So Carlito Mello, the 2024 champion, and our last Spectator Drag winner, Matt DeRoches, they are out here to battle. Carlito Mello gets a good jump. DeRoches salutes there too. Here we go, down into 3 and 4. Carlito Mello leads the way. Off of 4, checkered flag waves. Carlito Mello knocks off Matt DeRoches and moves on. Jen Bucher, hot flash the Subi from Lincoln, Vermont. And Louis Diaz here. That's the matchup. At the stripe, they are set. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Down into 1 and 2. Louis Diaz has the advantage. Down the back there. Diaz sailing into 3 and 4. Here comes the Subi back on the high line. Does she have enough time? Not going to be enough time. Louis Diaz going to move on. Here comes the Red Dragon, Christine Purse. And Johnny Turbo, Jonathan Stevens from Melrose, Mass. That's the matchup. Purse down low. Johnny Turbo up top. Here we go, green out. Down into 1. Johnny Turbo in that white Subaru gets the advantage over Purse. They battle. Down off 2. Out front, Johnny Turbo, Jonathan Stevens from Melrose leading over the Red Dragon. Christine Purse, checkered flag waves at the starter stand. And Johnny Turbo moving on. So, Kazunas had a little contact that last round with BMW that was out there. Didn't affect him any. He's set, he's at the stripe. Johnson joins him right there. There we go, green flag in the air, down into 1 and 2. Kazunas holds on to it. That gives the advantage to Johnson in 3 and 4. Kazunas all sorts of loose again. Just wraps it up. Johnson moving on.
Great job keeping it underneath them, though.
Absolutely was. And we continue to whittle our way down. Still Bradstreet. 1989. Billy Camaro going to match up with Nathan Williams here. Subaru back out there. One of those cool 250th anniversary license plates, new to the state of Massachusetts. Cool to see. Steve Bowden going to make his way down. Make sure they're all properly lined up back atop.
He's making sure the windows are down. Or up, I should say.
Up. Green is out. Williams gets a good jump. Down into 1, but here comes Bradstreet battling back down the line. Nose to nose, door to door, down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Williams with a nose advantage. Bradstreet gonna spin, and that is gonna open the door. Williams gonna move on.
Well, you know there was no backing off there by either driver because they were driving it hard and deep.
Yes, they were. That was a battle all the way up to turn number 4. Paul Curtis. Turns it down the back stretch. Down into 1 and 2. Daniels on the low line here. Curtis on the high line. Curtis has the nose advantage and takes him off 2 down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Paul Curtis leading Jeff Daniels. Here they come off 4 to the stripe. Paul Curtis in the 64 Chevelle takes down Jeff Daniels.
Well, word from the pit area is Kamikaze has got his truck fixed. He'll be out after this.
Woohoo! Here we go. Green flag is out. Down into 1 and 2. Give the advantage over Fitzgerald. Smooth sailing for that Corvette 85 versus 90. The 90 is the one to collect the checkered flag. Jared Smith gonna move on. Carlito Mello, your 2024 East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag champion. Looking to get back into victory lane here today after the last 2 got knocked off in the early rounds. Here we go. Carlito at the jump. Johnny Turbo in the Subaru.
Yeah, Johnny got a good jump on that start.
Here comes Carlito battling back down into 3. Carlito with the advantage. Johnny Turbo right there. He's going to try to move up the line. Nope. Carlito Mello slams the door. Carlito Mello takes down Johnny Turbo and moves on.
Sounds like a cartoon character.
So, John Johnson, Nathan Williams going to be the matchup here. They're at the stripe. They're set to go. Green is out. Williams gets a good jump in the Subaru. Here comes Johnson battling back down into 1 and 2. Off the nose, door. Here they go into 3 and 4. Johnson gets the nose advantage. The Subaru going to try the crossover move. Coming back. Here we go at the stripe. Nathan Williams gets it with the crossover. What a round of applause. What a move there. Paul Curtis, Jared Smith, the next matchup. At the stripe. Looks like Louis Diaz's day is complete. Not sure if he had issues. Down into 1 and 2. Paul Curtis. Just a little bit, takes the advantage. Smith's going to battle back on the high line here. Coming across the stripe. Smith gets it. Wow. At the stripe, Jared Smith over Paul Curtis.
Because we're down to the final handful.
Carlito Mello might have his hands full here as he's going to match up with Nathan Williams. Williams has been strong all day in that Subaru. He gets a good jump. They both get a good jump. Carlito Mello jumps out to the advantage. A lot of jumping and 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Carlito Mello. Can he hold off Williams? Off of 4, checkered flag waves. Carlito Mello moving on.
So Mello is going to be in the finals against the Corvette.
Williams, the Subaru WRX 2017 from Forestdale, Mass. At the stripe, set to go. Green is out, here we go. Jump goes to Williams, down into 1 and 2. Curtis gonna try to battle back. Williams smooth sailing down the backstretch into 3 and 4, opening that advantage over Curtis into 3 and 4. Here comes Curtis closing the advantage, not enough time. Williams over Curtis for 3rd place there.
So now it's a best of 2. Oh, best of 2.
Best of 2. I was going to say, how would that work? Would they tie?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Oh, Carlito Mello with the rear hatch up. Is there an issue?
Well, we shall see. That Subaru has certainly showed it's strong here today, and Carlito Mello just knocked him off there, but second chance opportunity. Carlito had luck on his side a couple of times earlier.
Old school, push start it, pop the clutch. No. So Carlito is going to be credited with 3rd place. A heartbreaker for Carlito. And it'll be the Subaru and the Corvette for the finale.
Here we go. So, second opportunity for Nathan Williams here. And it's the best 2 out of 3 here to crown your East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag winner here on Father's Day. Smith has been strong in that 1990 Chevy Corvette. We are going to see what we have here. Needless to say, it'll be a different winner again here in the Spectator Drags to kick off 2025, which saw Liam Monahan and Matt DeRoches take victories earlier this season.
So best 2 out of 3, ladies and gentlemen, and we're underway.
Down into 1 and 2. Williams with the advantage. Williams with the nose advantage. Dive bombs into turn 3. Here comes Smith. Smith gets loose. That's going to give the checkered flag to Williams.
You know, if I remember correctly, these are the 2 that tied in that first round, remember?
I believe you are indeed correct.
Of course, call my wife, let her know I was right for once.
Kevin's always right up here in the booth.
I'm always right with her, she just never believes it. I told her when she married Mr. Right, she didn't know my first name was always.
Happy Father's Day. The dad jokes continue from Kevin Boucher. All right, so they switch lanes. Smith down the low line, and Williams on the high line here. Here we go. They are set. Green is in the air. Williams gets the jump. Smith gonna jump back to it. Nose to nose, door to door. It's anybody's ball game. Smith with the advantage, and he's gonna get loose and spin it.
No, he's not. He saves it.
Saves it.
And off the board.
Oh!
Gonna be close enough.
Williams over Smith.
Save 2. What a save. Gotta love. How about a round of applause for all of our East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag drivers throwing it out there. 100%.
Take all my inhibition, baby, there's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my reputation, manipulate my decisions, baby, there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back.
Second opportunity leads to the victory here in our East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags. Here's the big question. The Scorpion Challenge is back here today. $100 bill is yours if you eat it. I ate it last time. It wasn't that bad. Come on, can you do it? All right, he's gonna do it. Come on, $100. I did it, so the drivers have to do it. He's gonna do it. Here we go. That's a real scorpion. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? He's gonna eat it. Right there, here we go. It's dry. He's doing it, he's eating it, he's getting a $100 bill and an East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag trophy and win. Second chance opportunity. Issues there, but you capitalized. This Subaru was fast all day. Go ahead. Little Gatorade to wash it down. He did it. He gives it a negative rating. All right, so you get a second chance opportunity and you bring it home talk to us about the day here in the East Coast Towing Spectator Drags.
With Jeff.
Oh, come on.
Two was awesome. Fans that come over to watch us, and all the fans online and the haters online bringing energy to the Spectator Drag, so we'll keep doing it. This is a great day.
First win, if I'm not correct?
Yep, first place this year. Yep.
Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my family for coming and supporting me and watching, and I thank all the fans, TBERG Media for putting on good videos all the time, and Seekonk again for putting on a good show.
Jared Smith comes home second. You guys had quite a battle. What more did you need to get that win here today?
Personally, I felt what I did in the car was the tires were getting a little, like I actually just touched them, they burned my hand almost. The rear end kept coming out, but like I'm not here to make excuses. I got outdriven today. I raced him, I won, he raced me, he won. Like it's racing. He outdrove me today, and congratulations, buddy. Did a hell of a job. And I want to say Happy Father's Day, all fathers out there. Thank you for coming out, watching us, trying to put on a show, and we'll try next time.
Carlito Mello, some gremlins struck. Looked like it was your day. What happened?
Just car issues. I mean, I'm a proven driver. The car's a proven winner car. Just got to work out those bugs. I got a good team behind me. I want to thank Crothers Tire, 781 Motorsports, Mike Vincent as always. I want to thank my girlfriend and her whole family for coming out to watch me race. I'll have to take home next time. Go home, fix the car, be back next week.
Here we go. Nathan Williams, your East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drag winner, and $100 richer for eating that scorpion. Jared Smith brings it home second, and Carlito Mello rounds out the podium here. We've still got monster trucks to come.
We do. And let Carlito know if he needs more bugs, he can stop by the Newport Jerky Company. They've got some up there too. And big thank you to each and every one of you. And one more time, how about a round of applause for our top 3 drivers for the East Coast Towing and Recovery Spectator Drags.
I will say that is a good looking trophy.
Well, race fans, we crowned a Spectator Drag winner here this afternoon. Congratulations again to the top 3. Awesome trophy coming home with them.
Bromance on race day. Got a load of these guys. Man, he's back at it.
Coming out, you know, beautiful day. Got the monster trucks, got the Spectator Drag guys out. Great group of people. Always a good time. Hard, fast racing. Get your blood going, guys.
You got your first win last race.
I did. I'm hoping to follow up with another podium finish, try to keep some points rolling, but at the end of the day, I'm here for the fun, guys.
Absolutely.
Win, lose, or draw, I'm still coming back. I'm still gonna have a good time, and I'll see you at the next one.
Let's go. Kyle, where's the wagon?
Taking a nap.
He's gonna bring the GTI out soon though.
Wagon's on vacation.
Soon. You'll see him back. Team Leadfoot Racing is back in action.
How we doing, guys?
Johnny Johnson.
Yep.
Woo.
I'd get the car pulled out for my father. He's been hounding me to get it back out. So for happy Father's Day to Paul Johnson, my old man, get the car out and see what we can do.
Awesome. Great to see you back, man.
Thank you. It's been a while, so let's see if I remember how to do it.
All right. You're gonna stir up the field, that's for sure.
Yep. Hopefully I can mess with the points a little bit on. Yep. Kind of be the spoiler this year.
Right.
Time, so.
Absolutely. Well, great to see you back.
Thank you, sir.
Have fun.
Yep. Thank you.
So we're back to redeem ourselves.
Back to redeem ourselves. At least I'll make a little smoke.
Woo, we got the burnout machine back.
I do.
Let's go.
Here, so I don't care about him. We'll leave him in turn 2.
You drove Hot Flash last event.
I broke Hot Flash.
Well, yeah, what happened?
Little hard launch, broken axle, broke another axle, broken transmission.
But
Subaru things.
Right, but she's back.
She's back. She's a little battered.
Right. Oh man, the couples therapy racing is back at it.
Full force.
Let's go. You ready for today? No.
Never ready. Just go out and wing it, man.
So now you have to race someone who's in the top 10, because you're in the top 10, right?
That's right.
So how are we feeling about that?
I don't know. Well, if we get knocked out right away, that's unfortunate. Anything can happen.
We already hear the engines starting up. Oh boy.
Awesome drivers out here. So fast. Everyone's fast.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sir.
And have fun out there, man.
Right, man.
What happened last show?
I broke a ground wire, so I had to run all new ground wires back here to the manifold. That's what they do. And I ran a new, like 8-gauge ground wire there. And shut my ECU off, killed the fuel pump, killed the ignition system, killed everything.
Oh man.
But nothing catastrophic, so we're good.
Nice. So Batman's ready to go.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Johnny Turbo's back.
Let's go. Spectator Drags, getting them out here. You too. You can be out here doing it if you got a car.
Right.
License in your shirt though, right? Bring it down. I mean, look at the cars we got. The Nissan Pulsar, dude.
What?
You know, don't look at the race cars on that side though. But if you love it, you'll be here. And once you do it, that's it. I mean, that's what happened to me. I guarantee it's gonna happen. It happened to probably a lot of other people here too. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And you love this stuff so much, you made a new channel too.
Oh yeah, Spectator Drags USA. So the only channel on the World Wide Web dedicated to Spectator Drags. I mean, no one. Well, a lot of people are talking about it. It's just another avenue for you guys to check it out.
Absolutely.
Maybe get involved yourself. There's a lot of tracks around the country that are doing it, and there's a lot of people that don't really understand that's even going on, probably.
Absolutely.
So we're all trying to blow it up and help each other out.
That's it. Well, it's a blast to see you back out here.
Thank you.
Have some
you.
fun.
Yes.
See you represent for the Subarus today.
Hey, I'm gonna try my best. There are some absolute killers here today, but I mean, the attitude is key. Come here just thinking you're gonna have a great time. You may get one lap, you may get a second race in round 2, but at least you're gonna get a killer 1 lap, and you just throw down, and then every time you inch up, then you get once you get a win, if you get 1 win, then it's over. And then you're gonna have a trailer out back, you're gonna have your family, it's gonna be everybody.
And then you gotta keep winning after that, right?
Yeah. You're always chasing that way.
Right.
Everybody here is here for cars. They enjoy that stuff. So it's great being around that kind of crew. You know, everybody here is for the same thing. And actually, I haven't gotten any hate.
No.
This area, I've got nothing but high fives and love. So I mean, everywhere we go. So.
Well, you keep doing it, you might get to that point.
Right.
Josh Oliver, been here since '97. Known as the Volvo wagon, turbo wagon. That was a long time ago.
Yes, the legend.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That car will come back someday. I still have it.
You still have it? Oh. So since the Volvo, you transitioned to Volkswagen.
Yeah, well, I always had Volkswagens, and I kind of left the area for a while. Came back with the Silver Passat, doing that for a long time, and Silver Passat's on the sidelines. Now we're gonna try to shred one out.
Let's go. He's back at it. You know this guy.
Yeah, we're back out. We got some new rubber. Yeah, we'll race on them.
Nice.
Yeah, last time.
Jared Smith with the mild to wild machine.
Oh yeah. Yep. Car's running good. Fixed the oil leak. New tires. trying to get the launch down on it. You know, kind of getting there. We're working on it.
Nice.
We're pretty good. Looking forward for today.
You know who you're racing first?
I do. Actually, I think he got second last time.
You're racing Nate.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. You're racing the WRX.
I think he get good. I'm excited. I know he's got the launch, but if it grips, it'll be a good race. We'll give it our best shot.
Drive right around him.
I'm gonna try. What's nice about today is it's kind of a bye in the first round. It doesn't it doesn't really count.
That's true.
So we'll give it our best.
So you guaranteed to get 2 laps.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
No, it should be good.
Well, have fun out there, man.
Thank you, man.
Look at the eyes on the headlights.
Yeah, he's happy to be here.
Right.
The way the pickup tube's set up, I gotta overfill it a tiny bit. So make sure I don't starve that engine. There's a lot more technical stuff that goes into just going out here and turning left than people realize.
Right. A lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's always a good time down here, though.
Absolutely. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
All right.
Hopefully, it's dry out there, so shouldn't have any issues.
Got a great field of drivers out today, man.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people, a couple new guys. Love to see new people come out here, come out and have fun.
We pulled the original motor out of it, and I got a poured out Chevy 350, aluminum heads, and high-rise intake that doesn't fit under the hood, and just a small carburetor for now until I can afford a new one.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about the Spectator Drags?
I've been coming here since I was a child, and I've always loved watching. This is my favorite event, and I finally have something I can enter and compete with.
And I like the idea, and I always had dreamed about racing actually since I was a child. And
awesome.
This time it's my moment. This day is my day, so I'm gonna do my best.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Have fun out there.
Thank you. Absolutely, I will. I'll give it my best shot.
How are we feeling today?
Pretty good.
All right.
Learned a lot, gained a lot of confidence winning a race last time, so hopefully a little bit more of that this week.
Absolute. She's looking pretty.
Thank you.
Yes,
a little too much time cleaning it this morning.
Right. you had to get ready for race
exactly.
day.
Everybody's gonna see it.
Right.
Good party.
Awesome.
Good.
We got the Evo back.
Yeah, that's right. Against my better judgment to take that car out again. But the Evo, the Outback is still taken apart, so I'm trying to get that car back at least for the 4th of July race.
Oh, awesome.
That's the car I want to have out here right now.
That's the big one.
Yeah, that's the car that's definitely better at sense.
Right.
The Evo's a good car though.
Absolutely.
Once we finish that round, you're all gonna come off the track. Everybody.
Fielding's back.
That's it.
Let's go. How we feeling?
Pretty good. I made some changes, so we'll see what happens. No idea what I'm doing. It's got 2 knobs.
Go fast, turn left.
Look at blue tongue. Hot Flash is back. Oh, look at that shirt. Woo! Have fun out there. The pumpkin's back.
He's always here. I never miss a race.
Right?